Crystal blessings, everybody. I got some malachite, some really nice pieces of malachite, and I wanted to do a video on malachite for a while because it's quite an interesting it's good stone for several different chakras. It's good for your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, as well as your throat chakra. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful stone that it's just mesmerizing to me. This piece right here is a rough piece of malachite, and it kind of looks like green velvet, doesn't it? I'm looking in the camera to see if you can see what I'm seeing. And we call this, when you see a play on light where it looks light and then dark, you almost expect it to be furry when you touch it, but it's not. You know, because of course it's a stone. Stones don't have fur. But we call this chatoyancy or Chatoyancy, which is, I believe, a French word. And it just means it has kind of like that cat's eye quality or tiger's eye quality, and which is why we call tiger's eye that. That quality of where there's a play on the colors where they go light and dark with a play of light. So this is a rough piece of malachite from Arizona. And Arizona is one of the places where we have copper mines, and malachite is a copper-derived stone. Actually, what you have happening here, this green color, is because of the oxidation of copper. You often get, and I've talked about this in one of my videos, I think it's called Evolution of Crystals and Stones or something like that, or Coevolution, that the blues and the greens came about on planet Earth because of oxygen reacting with the copper, and that's how you get these colors. So this is just really an amazing specimen right here. And what malachite is known for, in the words of Joy Gardner, an author, crystal author who I really look up to, is bubbling up emotions. And she says the reason she gets this, she calls this the signature of stones. Just like plants, and I've often heard one moon mother discuss this about herbs, plants have a signature. I believe she's discussed this before. I know she discusses herbs quite a bit, and I believe I've heard her discuss this, and other people have, that there's a signature of plants. You've probably heard of things like if you slice the carrot down the middle, you see the radius effect, kind of like the radial effect in your eye, in your pupil. And so that tells you, that's a clue that carrots are good for your eyes. Well, she speaks of stones having something similar called the signature of stones. And I really, really resonate with this whole piece of signature of stones. So this bubbling or bullseye effect you see here on malachite is a clue that it helps to bubble up emotions, and I find that's what malachite is good for. But of course, as I always say, I preface that with you need to work with the stone yourself, and whatever you pick up from it intuitively is really how it's going to work best for you. But so here we have malachite, which again is, for most people, I would say its strongest resonance is for bubbling up with emotions, bubbling them up, helping you with confidence, healing your heart. But while it's bubbling up these emotions, it also has a way of helping you navigate through any kind of confused emotions. It allows you to make really good choices. So for that, it really helps with the solar plexus chakra, giving you confidence in making good choices. And then the emotion part of it really helps with the heart chakra. And then it also gives you confidence to confront any fear of confrontation. And I know that's something I'm fearful of, is confrontation. And so that's where it helps you to communicate what you need to communicate well. And that's where it helps you with your fifth or throat chakra. Now, these pieces are from Arizona. But you can find, and I'm just showing you the different pieces here. Aren't they just, oh, gorgeous. This one has a lot of little circular patterns in it, and that's characteristic of malachite. You can also find them in Chile and in South Africa, and actually in different places around the U.S., also in Australia. So some really nice pieces. They're pretty massive and dense. You know, when you hold them, they've got some mass to them, some density. They're not light stones. So if you're picking one to work on a chakra, think about the size of it. Like this one's kind of heavy. I don't know if it would be comfortable on the throat chakra. In fact, I think it would not. But this one would. This one's on the lighter side, hasn't been tumbled, and this one would be great. All of these would be wonderful on the solar plexus or on the heart chakra. Okay, so just a bit about malachite, and I'll show some pictures of these where you can see them a little bit better. Okay, namaste.